Here we go, best of one, Northern Isles Cash versus ToD quarterfinal. The winner is most likely gonna play against X-Lord, so pretty exciting part of the bracket. Here we have our two players. They met each other a couple of times. 40% win rate for ToD. In general, 56 against ORC. That is indeed pretty good. So, without further ado, let's go. What do we have, boys?
Nothing to note so far. Actually, so Cash is doing a build. We don't see a barracks, so we might see just a fast Farseer harass coming out from Cash with an early tech. Let's see what that wood peon does.
Yeah, the peon on lumber means fast tech, no barracks.
Yeah.
Farseer instant harass. This is something we've been seeing quite a bit on Netties. Question is, what creep route is ToD gonna go for? How many peasants is he gonna get? How many farms is he gonna get? Over in China, we've been seeing quite a bit of 3 peasant creep, 2 farm tech, which then gives the human a really fast tech as well. Walls off the main, by the way. Nowadays we see quite a bit more openings in the wall, so the AM can come in to delay the arcane tower and to keep up with the tech, because yeah, you want to get that MK out quickly as well. And ToD not even going for his signature scout farms. Oh, but here comes the arcane. ToD probably the only top human who goes for the arcane early anymore, if he is not going for a big creep camp. Meaning, if other humans go for big creep camps first, they also may go for an arcane. But from ToD, it looks like a green camp to start with.
And Cash did start his tech rate at that 17 food, so pretty standard fast tech coming out from Cash. Yeah, let's see where ToD's creep route takes him here.
That's 5 militia and an arcane tower. This is going to be a decent delay of the tech, but he stays on 2 farms, so at least there the tech doesn't get further delayed. The goal here for the Farseer is keep the AM from creeping, of course. Primarily keep him away from 3, but if you can even prevent level 2, then that's sensational. And with that the case, if that should happen, having no Brilliance Aura for a long time does hurt. Or ToD does not go from green to green for the quick level 2, but rather goes for perhaps a run by into the Orc base. And this is where now the Arcane Tower does make a lot of sense, as this one will be able to defend against the Wolves rather well.
He has to get up. Oh.
Yeah. Here we go, and now it's easy to repair, it's easy to deal with the wolves, and he's burning mana on the Farseer as well.
And I was just going to say, one of the things that Arcane Tower allows you to do is it allows you to be mobile with your Archmage. Your Archmage doesn't have to be in the base defending. Your Arcane Tower is more than enough to defend against that level 1 Farseer. So you're able to kind of just run wherever you want and creep whatever you want with that Archmage. So he runs all the way to the other side of the map, knowing that this is a safe creep. And this, if he gets this Murloc, he's going to get level 2. So let's see if Cash can steal this.
I don't know, isn't this kind of a waste though? Like, he could have just gotten level 2 at his green, one of the 2 outside his main.
But the Farseer would have seen him, and he would have been able to contest it, and he would have taken damage from the wolves and whatnot.
Yeah, but normally you still get level 2, and you can even call militia if you want. Once your tech starts, you can be pretty liberal with the militia usage.
True.
And yeah, this now results in, what is that, like a 90-second tech difference at least. And normally, if you want to be able to have some sort of strong presence in the beginning of the mid-game and not suffer from the tech disadvantage too much, you want to have level 3 AM. But getting level 3 AM on this map really isn't easy.
Yeah, and Cash did take that last Murloc, so ToD is sitting at 99%
oh, wow.
experience
he went
right now.
for this green across the map to get level 2 for certain, and he doesn't get it. Oh, that's really bad for ToD.
That really hurts. He did get the Mantle of Intelligence. Ring of Protection, we know he hates that item, but let ToD ring in the chat. But he did get the Mantle of Intelligence, which he's going to be happy about.
I find that so weird that he still hates this item. It's like so good in the MK. MK is probably the best carrier of ring in the game.
Yeah. I don't think it's a bad item. I usually keep it too. I used to sell the Ring Plus 2, but Ring Plus 3 I think is worth keeping.
Yeah, where it feels bad is if you creep the starting positions on Twisted and you get Ring Plus 5 and you're like, bruh.
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
Could have had a Staff of Silence right here, my dude.
Ooh, Cash is in for the steal on the Flash Eater. Ah, no.
When you say it like that, that's actually insane. The fact that a Ring Plus 5 and Staff of Silence are the same item level. Oh my gosh.
Dude, this wolf stole the Huntsman, by the way. Finally, AM gets level 2. But how late is this level 2? It's
That's
preposterous.
very, very late. And having it that late means he didn't have aura running on his hero for the last minute and a half, 2 minutes. So whereas had he had Brilliance Aura, he should have about 250 mana right now, but instead of having 250, 275, he's now sitting at about 180 mana.
Farseer is continuing to harassed by the TC sometime. Of course, ToD is going for rifles, so no mass breaker build that we've seen from the Germans recently. But all the top players are going heavy on rifles these days. Farseer is kind of fine. One water elemental was denied earlier by ToD, so this is pretty serious between the two.
Yeah, this is really nice positioning by the Farseer. He knows the human is over here near his base, so this TC can completely freely creep up. And on some maps that is unavoidable, like on Echo Isles for example, TC is always going to creep the natural easily. But on this map, if the AM is in position and is aggressive against the natural creep, that can be problematic. But here, that's not the case. The Farseer is making sure of it with his presence and the wolves, and this is tons of experience for this Torrent Chieftain. Going to race up to level 2.5 really fast, and is most likely going to hit level 3 way before the MP.
And not only that, we do see a peon running over to the left. So this is going to be a really early tier 2 expansion timing coming out from Cash. And then the goal here is going to be for both of the players to get that 50 food mark, and then it's going to be a question of if ToD is able to push that expansion or not.
I started to appreciate
look at all those items.
Cash's orc so much more since I started to see him play random, which was always a little joke. He was always able to hang with the best and sometimes defeat Foggy and all. But when I see him play orcs, like, okay, that's the nuances. That's what separates his main race from the other races, where he's so good with. And the Farseer play just shows it. Incredible player.
Yeah, absolutely. And look at this TC. 439 experience. Mountain King. He's got great items, my god, but experience is severely lacking. He's gonna get level 2 here. But Cash can easily force a fight if he wants to with level 3 TC against level 2 MK. This is one of the cornerstones of this matchup. But ToD finally has shaken off this pesky Farseer and might be able to get the cancel of the expansion. He's going for the Arachnid Crypt first. This is really greedy. This is easily 30 seconds that ToD is spending up here, where he could be getting intercepted, could be getting creep jacked, and might not have the time anymore to get this expo cancel.
Yeah, it's hard to find faults in players that play at this high of a level, but I agree with you, Remo. This there's sometimes ToD just kind of goes on autopilot, and he's like, I'm just going to creep the entire map, and he does that a lot. And he's like, I'm not going to do anything until I get level 3 MK because I need level 3 MK to fight, which is generally that's a good idea to have. But had he scouted out that expansion, he would have been able to cancel it with these 4 rifles.
Yeah, and this is a crucial moment in this game. This orc strategy sooner or later falls off, primarily because of the Farseer, also because of the grunts. So you need the expansion. And canceling this expansion isn't just a nice play, it is oftentimes a game-winning play by the human. So the fact, yeah, this creep camp, much like it was earlier against Juan, where we saw a mistake creep-wise in the early game, which didn't get punished, we see a creep mistake here now in the late mid-game that absolutely, well, I guess not is getting punished necessarily, but is putting him in a worse position.
And ToD is just staying on his side of the map here. He's going to run down and creep his expansion. Is he going to go for a counter expand instead of pushing? I don't see any militia coming over, but this will give his MK level 3. MK getting Pendant of Energy, by the way. So MK is going to have tons of mana to work with in that next fight. On the side of Cash, I know he got a Vitality item. He sold that. And we do see Greater Healing Potion, Invol, and Potion of Mana on that TC. That TC is going to be doing work with a capital WERK against this human army.
What's the skill build on the MK, by the way?
He got
Stumble
Bash,
2, right?
Bash and Stumble 2.
Okay.
I find it funny that Lado says it's hard to find mistakes when players are at this level, and in the meantime we have Remo on the cast.
That's like, have you guys seen when like me, ToD? Oh, we're about to see a fight here.
Yeah. Even
but when it's ToD, Death Note, and I casting, and all Death Note does is criticize the human player.
Dude, that was so fun. I was having a blast listening to your cast.
It's hilarious.
So good.
It's so funny. It'll be like the minorest of minor mistakes, and Death Note will go on like a 5-minute rant about how bad it is and how it's going to make him lose the game. So funny.
There's a big opening into this main. This is absolutely no wall off. Would be a smart play here by Cash to just go into the back, ravage the peasants, and then TP out if he needs to. But he's going for the frontline farms first. Oh, that was some nice alliteration by me, if I may say so. Was not exactly intentional, but you know, when it happens, it happens.
Remo's
So
a
here comes the
poet,
TP trade.
and you just don't know it.
Oh. Ryman Lado following that up. So we have a TP trade, which of course is easy to do for Cash as he has the expansion up and ToD has not. So yeah, he was passive for pretty much the entire game and now he has to switch gears. I guess 60 supply for ToD, now supply stuck thanks to the love of the farm. More Sorks coming in and that's a pretty big push right here.
No invul potion on the MK. I think that's a minor mistake. If Death Note was on the chat, he would be talking about how stupid ToD, he's going to lose the game because he doesn't have invul on his MK. He's walking into the fight without an invul. He's going to get surrounded and stomped, and then MK dies, and then it's game over, and he loses.
We'll see if Death Note the Prophet is gracing us with his presence. It's definitely an early kill for Cash. No Stormbolt yet. One of mana stealing being used, so it's not full mana on the TC, but he finds the connection. This is very good Storm. Both heroes disabled and a bunch of the army. Militia coming in now. ToD takes out the first couple of grunts. Dispel quickly on that lightning shield. Chain lightning rattling through. Big damage. Does he even have a scroll? Oh, I don't think so. And there is a surround on the MK, but both second heroes, man, swaps the health stone. That was nice. Invo potion on the TC gets the big clap out. Everything's hurt for ToD, though.
Wait, Stormbolt?
Oh.
The TC's dead!
Oh,
What the hell,
beautiful.
ToD? This was his one push to win this game. And he makes it work with some really good positioning against this TC. I think Cash was a little too complacent in this fight. I thought this was going to be easy with his insane inventory on the TC. Big mana, heal pod, invul, but guess what? They're all gone now. TC's back, but without items, without mana.
Oh boy.
He does have a heal scroll, but that's not going to be enough to hold this at all. That MK is just going on a rampage right now.
These bashes as well. Oh my god. Cash is...
I'm going to ping real quick on the map. Check out, ToD did this really cool play, leaving 2 riflemen and a water elemental behind to kill all those workers.
Nice. That's these little moves that separate a great player from a good player.
It was really the rifle movement, the playing around the stomp that was able to turn this fight for ToD. And
not only that,
Cash focusing on the MK too much.
those 5 peasants were like the MVP in that fight. They were creating this like awkward barrier where all the orc units were kind of getting clustered and they weren't able to get to where they wanted to go. So shout out to those 5 peasants who were in the fight in the front line with their pickaxes.
They did a great job indeed. But silver lining for Cash. Yes, the economy is suffering, but the Great Hall is still up. Back at 50. ToD is retreating, grinding up towards level 5, which is kind of close, I guess. I would love to see the inventory of the shop right now, of the merchant. Still a heal scroll, still a mana potion. And that's... oh, it's full stock, actually. Invo potion on the TC soon. Yep.
If ToD just pushes now, this is looking great for him. I don't think Cash can fight at all. I think Cash's only chance here is base race or run by.
And we do see bone chimes. Did he purchase the bone chimes or did he find it?
He found it at the shop.
Oh, okay.
Oh, Stormbolt on the Farsia bash as well, and that's the cooldown almost off. And all that for a heal scroll.
I don't know how Cash is supposed to hold this.
And 53 versus 60. This MK is going to just be throwing bolts for days with that pendant of energy. Focusing immediately coming out on that TC. And with that TC at low HP, he has to be afraid to run into the army. But Cash is like, hell no, I'm not afraid. I'm going to run right into the middle of the army and stomp. And he does pop the invul, so he commits the invul to getting that nice stomp. He's going to ding level 4, access to level 2 aura. Grunts are just in the thick of things, but all slowed, not really doing anything. Rifles just putting out tons of work. As soon as that invul wears off. He switches the focus to the TC. Another bolt coming out. TC down to 1 hit, and boom, he goes down. And with TC going down, I can't see Cash staying in this game much longer.
No way. All the grunts are walking through the rifles. That's not where they're supposed to be. Great game by ToD, kicking out Cash out of a quarterfinal. And we are one step closer to the dream semi of X-Lord versus ToD.
Damn, dude.
Oh, that's pretty hype right now. Excellent game by ToD. Or
X-Lord is in the next round already. ToD versus X-Lord coming up.
Oh boy, this is phenomenal.
Man, and
Sonic
after
also
that game,
in the top 4.
I know I keep referencing it, but after this game yesterday, it's going to be really interesting to see how they adjust their strategies, to see if ToD just goes for the same thing, and if that's the case, what X-Lord does to adapt. This is hype AF, guys. Hype AF.
This is... Oh boy, I love this Wednesday Cup because it's so different, and it gives us a lot of good games, but this is the hypest I've been in a long time.
Game's up. ToD 9.
No rest
We're
for the
going
wicked.
right into it too.
We have a couple of new supporters. Thank you very much, Stars and Stripes. 10 euros. Shout out to Lado. There he is. Well deserved. Shout out. And Tingis for the 22 months resub. Go, go, go. Okay, if you say so.
Love you, SNS. Hey, Conti is in the chat. Como se va? How are you? I saw Ladin in the chat earlier too, man. Shout out to Ladin. He's a super cool Korean caster.
He's casting like it doesn't matter. Morning, noon, evening, night hours. This guy doesn't sleep, does he?
No, he's on all the time.
So
I'll see him on at like the afternoon our time, which I know is middle of the night for him.
Yeah.
And I'll be like, Ladin, what are you doing awake? He's like, I've been awake for 16 hours. I'm like, what? Go to bed. He's like, I've been streaming for 16 hours. I'm like, why don't you sleep? He's like, I'm not tired. Let him. You're crazy. You're crazy. But I love the guy. He has such a positive attitude.
Korean worth ethic. Yeah, it doesn't matter, man. If these European tournaments go until midnight, Ladin is still there. Boy. 2020 X-Lord versus ToD in the semifinal. I keep on mentioning this when like some rare pairings of old school players are happening, but who would have thought that we see the day? And X-Lord is taking it serious as well, not off racing, going human undead.